Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to jump back into the Bitcoin price action, as well as the altcoin market, and then as well as some riskier assets that might have been mentioned in the title of this video. I don't know how I'm going to include that in there, but I did want to shout out two of my biggest holdings because I had a comment in my last video of someone that wanted me to go over them. So we'll talk about that. But first things first, let's quickly go over the Bitcoin price action. Very similar to yesterday, still at this trend line resistance of the channel, right? But as we were talking about, because there wasn't a lot of shorts that got squeezed within this wick right here, it was actually a big long squeeze, right? The longs got swept out, not necessarily shorts, and that's why I was saying, hey, this would normally be a really good short setup for me, but order flow wasn't on my side, so I did not take a short. Order flow is very important in the charts. It's kind of the best indicator. Open interest over CVD, and this could have signaled why we are rallying up higher and now actually flipping this sweep level into support now. So that's very bullish that we're flipping that into support. I will say at this point we have gotten a lot of top longers. You can see open interest spike, CVD spike right up here at the highs. So a lot of longs started to capitulate back into the market on leverage. You can see them getting absorbed by some big sellers in the order books. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a big pullback here. Got a lot of big selling pressure in the order books. And of course, those top longers probably need to get flushed out of the market at some point. We do see some buyers stepping in here as well, though. So we'll see what does happen. I think structurally this is really bullish. But of course, we need more confirmation. This could easily still kind of swing fail on the higher term time frames. Right, so we could get back onto this, reject, and go ahead and sweep all of those long positions. But I also wouldn't be surprised if, Bitcoin is in honey badger mode like it sometimes likes to get into. We very possibly might not pull back at all. We are above volume. So I said we we're at trendline resistance, but we have gotten above this big volume cluster that is from this entire range starting back in March. So the fact that we're above this is a great sign. We don't really have any volume above us. Yes, we have two small points of control. Yes, we have a little bit more liquidity that could get swept, right? We could have a bit of swing failure up there. But I think as soon as we can get clear confirmation above this volume here, above this trend, you're going to be looking for a hunt straight up to all-time highs, and it will happen pretty quickly here. But just because it will happen quickly when the range escapes, we might chop in here a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we stay range bound for a little bit, kind of wind up before making that quick maneuver to the upside. That's something I was saying yesterday. We also have this pattern going on that I kind of drew out at the end of the video, but if you didn't see that, we got this nice trend of higher lows. I don't know what time frame it actually looks best on, but clearly you have a bit of a trend there. You could call that a fake out of the trend. Still respected it though. And then, of course, we got the higher highs as well now. So this is very nice, a nice bullish structure. And I'm not a huge fan of trend lines and patterns. I think this is, more retail stuff. This is what retail is going to be using. But definitely higher lows, higher highs. So that's pretty cool. But you can definitely see the channel trend and this wedge that I just drew both have big resistance where we're finding it right now. So just keep that in mind. It's always a possibility just on a pattern basis. We could come down and test bottom trend, mid-channel trend. So that's something to be looking out for. A lot of possibilities on the chart as always. But overall, still remain with my bullish sentiment, still remain with that base case of all-time highs here in the relatively short-term future before we need to really worry. Now let's go ahead and talk about these altcoins real quickly. Still just at the big resistance level, but we have started to tap it multiple times, 2 times since I uploaded my last video. So I would say at this point, with the amount of times we've banged our heads up against this $620 billion market cap range, we are looking to break it, right? The more times you tap a level, the weaker it gets, the more likely it is to break. So far, we haven't quite been able to do it, and wouldn't be surprised if we do sweep down here a little bit, but I think eventually, if we can maintain this momentum to the upside, that is going to get broken, and we can have that clear confirmation that the altcoin market is likely to hunt all the way up to around $1 trillion market cap, because around 600 billion is the value area low, 1 trillion is the value area high of the previous bull market cycle. So that's kind of my reasoning there. And if we jump out here to the weekly time frame, I would like to see a weekly close above this level, and I want to see 2 weekly closes above the level to be fully confident in that range break. Let's get above this on the weekly close. Let's close another weekly above it with a nice wick down, something like that. We'll see if we can get that to play out here, and assuming that can play out and Bitcoin starts hunting to all-time highs, you know what happens on that breakout. We're going to see a lot of euphoria going into risk on assets, and that's the reason I don't mind covering some of my riskier bags today, one of which is of course MOG. This is what started the channel. If you look at the first YouTube video on this channel, it was talking about why you had to buy Mog coin back at $10 million market cap. It is now up over 100x from that video. I also did a top 5 meme coins video where I talked about my top 5 favorite meme coins. Another one of those is up over 100x as well, SPX 6900. And then another coin I talked about in that top 5 video is something we'll cover today after we do jump in here to the Mog chart. So I just want you guys to know that this isn't something that's just getting hyped up now with the meme coin meta. No, these have been building in the bear market, and I've been following them since the launch of their tokens. But definitely going to preface, I am not saying to buy any of this stuff at all. Literally, it's just someone in my last video wanted me to cover these coins, and because they're some of my top holdings, I thought, why not? Let's do it. I do like these projects. So as you can see, Mog right here, you're basically at all-time highs. This is another big reason I'd say probably not the best time to buy, right? Will you get a better chance to buy later on? Maybe not. There's a very good chance of Bitcoin's to break all-time highs. You're going to see this thing rocket to billions of dollars in market cap. It's already at a $700 million market cap right now, but I do think, in my humble opinion, Mog is going to be the Shib of this cycle. I'm very convinced of that, but it has already done over 100x. Right? The time to buy was when I made that first video on my YouTube channel, not exactly right now. I just want to talk more about the TA. If you are already holding it, this video is more for you, just to kind of get a grasp of where we are on the chart right now. Can you really do TA on these coins? No, it's just going to follow Bitcoin at the end of the day, but we might as well take a look at some of this stuff because I do think it's definitely worthwhile because we flipped the golden pocket into support. So definitely a big resistance level that we were able to get through, right? So a little bit sketchy getting up to those retracements and rejecting, but we went ahead and held the higher lows, and now we're flipping the golden pocket into support. Very bullish sign. The majority of times when you flip that resistance 618 into support, it does signal the next move will break. The one will break the high, right? So I would expect at this point for this to hold and for us to actually march up to all-time highs. So I'm holding it, and I'm not taking any profits where we are right now. Very bullish on this project, especially assuming Bitcoin can break all-time highs. You're going to see a ton of retail euphoria into Mog. They're on a bunch of exchanges. They're the funniest meme out there. Go check out their Twitter and you will see what I'm talking about. You really cannot compete with the Mog army. So yeah, that's that. I'm sure a lot of people already know about this coin. A lot of people probably hold this coin. Something that probably people don't really know about is Kekec. This is another one that was in that top 5 meme coins video, but it is substantially lower market cap at 15 million right now. And the chart, once again, it's at all-time highs. Do I think it's going to necessarily pull back a lot? No. Has it already had a pretty decent pullback? Yeah, I mean, you are down around 30% from the all-time high, which it just recently made about a week ago, but still up a lot from where I was mainly buying back down in this zone here. So I'm not saying to go ahead and purchase now, right? That's not the point of this video. So if you do hold this coin, let's go ahead and dive into it. First off, TA is just going to follow Bitcoin. I can't really do much other than draw a freaking banana here. So that's what you're looking like. It looks like a parabola to me. We'll see if it does actually accelerate like a parabola normally does. This is kind of what I'm expecting on the chart. Where's it going to end up? Who knows? 50 mil, 100 mil, 200, 300, 2 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion, $100 billion. I can't really tell you. Very much impossible to do a price predictions on this coin, but all of those price targets I just named are technically possible. I would say probably not 100 billion, but definitely think it could be a $1 billion market cap play, which would be pretty crazy from 15 mil. And one of the reasons I say that is just because they're doing stuff in crypto that really hasn't been done before. Now you're gonna realize instantly it's a very dumb coin if you go look at this. It's pretty autistic. You know, they make just retarded animations every day, but they are consistent with the animations. This stuff is all done in Blender. This is not easy to do. The dev is cooking on this coin. They are very consistent. They got 80,000 followers on Instagram as well. You can look up the bulk and dwarf there to see more. They got a team that does daily bulk and dwarfs on a bunch of different accounts, so they're really trying to go viral in the attention economy, and I think they're succeeding pretty well at doing so. They've been doing it for over a year, and when you can prove daily uploads for over a year on multiple accounts with high quality animations, that definitely gets my attention, and that's why I own a bunch of this coin. Something else that's pretty cool is, you guys probably know the Hawk girl, right? She's now into crypto. She's a meme coin maxi. She's mogging, but something else to note. You see this flute right here? All you gotta do is keyword search on her Twitter, some Kekec, and you can see she has posted a lot about our coin directly at Kekec Studios. and that flute is definitely for our project. And the interesting thing to note is all these other ones, SPX 6900, WIF, also she shouted out Nero because they donated to her charity, which is something Kekec is also doing, so we should get a nice shout out there. These other coins are all over $100 million market cap, well over 100 million actually. They're all over 500 million, I believe, and Kekec is at 15 million. So the fact that she was able to find her coin just shows how viral the content can be and how it grabs people's attention and just how undervalued it is. She found us naturally, by the way. This was not like a paid shout out or anything like that. So take that for what you will. Last thing we can cover real quickly, because you guys are probably wondering, is the holder count. You can see distribution is very, very well. Top holders are a dead wallet, and the liquidity. You have this large wallet. This wallet has slowly distributed at times. Just 3 days ago, they actually sold a little bit. So this is the one thing that I'm not quite a fan of. You can track this wallet back and see that they did buy at the inception of the coin. So the big question is, of course, is this just a sniper that was able to get it on the inception, the launch of the coin, or is this actually a dev wallet? What's interesting is you look at the time frames, October 27th, at 20, that would be 8 p.m. my time. If you actually look on DEX tools when the token actually launched, and it did not launch on October 27th at 8 p.m. my time. It was at 12 a.m. my time. So I'm sure the times are just off on DEX tools compared to Etherscan. I'm not sure when this thing actually correlated with the coin launching, but if this is true, then somehow they bought before it was on DEX tools, which isn't really possible. So I'm not sure if they did a pre-sale or something. I'd really just have to ask them about it. I'm sure there's nothing fishy here. I just had to throw that in the video just so you guys are aware. They don't really even hold that much, so if this is someone that's going to dump their whole supply right now, I mean, yeah, it's 400k, but it's only 2.5%. Definitely not saying that's going to happen, though. They've only sold very small portions of their wallet. I think it's pretty healthy actually for them to be selling lower down than if we were to get up to billions of dollars of market cap. You also have some other Chads holding Viv or VXV. They have 2 wallets in this. Mog Whale right there, top 3 holder, and Mog, that I have no doubt is going to be able to hold this coin for the long run. And then all these other wallets I've gone through, they're all legit, so nothing really to worry about there at all. Distribution is very nice here. I should probably ask about this wallet though, just so I can get you guys an update on it. But other than that, I think the chart looks good. Again, not saying to buy this thing. Not really trying to show too much of this coin because it's already up a lot, and I don't want you guys to lose money. Realize this is an incredibly risky investment. If you are to buy some, expect to lose all of your money. But yes, there is a reason I've bought a lot. They don't pay me or anything like that. And yeah, they're one of my favorites that I think could explode here, but it's of course all dependent on if Bitcoin can actually break its all-time high. So we'll see what does in fact play out here, if we are going to reject this top channel trend, or if we can go ahead and get above that and rocket up to $74,000. Only time will tell. But if you have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also down below is my VIP Discord. Feel free to check that out and learn more about what it offers, if it's actually worth your money or not. That person that was actually asking about Mog and Kekec is actually in the VIP Discord. So, I can also tell you some cool gems and things that I'm looking at. Another meme coin I was looking at actually just did a 50x this week that I was so close to buying, but just didn't pull the trigger on it. I am in the trenches on Twitter, so if you have any questions about this low market cap stuff, I can definitely help you out with that as well. I actually made a meme coin last cycle, so I'm fairly experienced with it. But yeah, also down in that description, got a bunch of exchanges. Definitely go check out those if you want some nice rewards and bonuses using my referral links to sign up. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.